Clusters, what are they? Geographically proximate groups of interrelated companies, suppliers, service providers, and associated institutions. So what does that really mean? Well, you can think of four key actors. At the core, you've got firms. They drive incomes, they drive output, they drive job creation. An important element are venture capitalists or investors more generally, source of risk capital. For small companies, obviously VCs, angels, providing not only capital but also management expertise. And then for bigger companies, large investors, pension funds, other large investors, key to providing low-cost capital. Academic institutions, universities provide innovation, they provide consultants, and probably most importantly, we're in the business of providing talent. And talent is a key element of successful clusters. Governments obviously regulate firms. Governments have the ability to put in place policies that encourage growth or discourage growth. And governments also have a strong convening power to bring these various players together. So these are the four actors in clusters. And then these are combined in the Porter-Diamond model with four key forces or elements. Factor inputs, labor, often highly specialized labor. Capital. This is often it's not just generic machinery and equipment. It's specific capital that's tailored to the needs, which embeds innovation. In many cases, it's also resources, sources of innovation. Related and supporting industries. Increasingly, production is about supply chains, and it's about finding your key point in the supply chain. A key element of successful clusters are having, in a vertically integrated setting, the key elements of the supply chain. Demand conditions. This is really about sophisticated consumers. You look at some of the most successful clusters in the world, they have very demanding consumers. Silicon Valley, the most tech-savvy consumers in the world, they are always demanding the next innovation. Another good example is Japan. The high emphasis on quality of the car producers really engendered a lot of innovation in the suppliers of the car the suppliers to the car producers to meet those quality standards. And then the context that the firms work in, the competitive environment. How competitive is it? Also, and there's a balance. Not enough competition, not much incentive. On the other hand, if it's sort of total free entry, total competition, the rents may be driven too low. So finding some balance between competition and cooperation. So you put these four actors together with these four elements, these four forces, that is really a cluster. So what are some of the benefits? Clearly, talent, labor pooling, getting those specialized skills. And this is often, you look at some of the most successful clusters, Silicon Valley, you've got Stanford, right in the heart of Silicon Valley. Boston, you've got, two great universities, at least two great universities at the center of Boston. Closer to home, Waterloo has done a very effective job. Supplier specialization. This is getting tailored. It really comes back to the effectiveness of the supply chain, getting tailored consultants, designers, manufacturing experts that are co-located. If you think of financial services, lawyers, accountants that support the financial cluster. And then knowledge spillovers, putting these various groups closely located, ideas get shared more quickly, and it tends to be a source of innovation. What do you see? What does this do? It tends to drive innovation, productivity, competitiveness, and prosperity. What the researchers did is they used the Porter model to, there's a way to measure, I won't burden you with it, but there's a way to measure the degree of clustering across interrelated businesses. And through that, identified 5 successful clusters in Ontario: automotive, communications, equipment and services, financial services, hospitality and tourism, marketing, design, and publishing. And now I'm going to turn it over to Jamison. He's going to tell you why these are working and what we need to do to get them working better.
Thank you.